Honourable Dr. Nick Smith.
Mr. Speaker, hearing a lecture on asset sales from Eddie King is like taking tips from Jack the Ripper on home safety, because that member in government went through that eyes door more times than I've had birthdays selling assets in the 1980s. And the big difference is that John Key's been upfront with New Zealanders. They promised not to sell a single asset and sold over 20. Mr. Speaker, I want to talk about the good news for Kiwi families and businesses from the big drop in ACC levies announced this week. Families will be better off by $250 a year, $5 a week. Businesses' levies are going to be reduced by 22%, a saving for the average Kiwi small business of $1,100 a year. These changes are going to put $587 million a year back into the New Zealand economy and help the recovery. This is the dividend for competent financial management. It's part of this government's plan for growth that's about reducing business costs, about improving living standards, about giving exporters in New Zealand the competitive advantage to be able to grow markets internationally, and these ACC changes are going to help on every front. In contrast, Labor is still in denial over their reckless spending and financial mismanagement in government. Labor has claimed that we've manufactured the large ACC deficits we inherited from the previous government. They've become so desperate to hide their incompetent management that they've resorted to conspiracy theories. ACC's audited accounts show that ACC lost $2.4 billion in 2007-8 and $4.8 billion in 2008-9. That amounts to $4,000, Mr. Speaker, for every New Zealand household. And the most remarkable claim by the Labor spokesperson that that loss was manufactured sort of overlooks the fact that the annual report showing that loss has Mary Ann Street, Labor's minister's own signature on it. And the 2008-9 report was prepared by exactly the same officials, under exactly the same methodology, and audited by both Ernst & Young and the Auditor General. Nor can Labor deny the official inquiry that concluded they breached the Public Finance Act when they did not disclose those massive ACC losses in the pre-election update. The truth is that in so many areas of government, Labor let costs get completely out of control. I'm still looking forward to a Labor member explaining while claims costs in ACC grew by 50% or $1 billion in their last year. The truth is it was foolish policies like the free physiotherapy that saw it grow out of control, a lack of focus on rehabilitation that saw numbers grow by more than 20%. Now, to be credible, Labor needs to come clean. They need to admit that the reckless spending that they indulged in, not just in ACC, but all over the areas, did so much damage to the New Zealand economy. Instead, what's Labor's answer? More spending, more tax. They've learnt nothing. You've got spokespeople from education, health, welfare, arts, aid, every area promising more and more spending. And to be funded, they're going to hammer our most important industries and economy with more costs and more taxes. They want to bring forward when the ETS will apply to the agricultural sector, socking our most productive industry. They want to whack extra taxes on businesses, extra taxes on households. The irony, Mr. Speaker, is actually the origin of every one of those policies come from the Green Party. They're so bereft of ideas, And the choice for New Zealanders at year's end is going to be a vote for growth or a growth for more tax from Labour.
Rahui Katane.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.